Nobody in Uforo Kingdom paid attention to her. She was just the old woman at the edge of the village, the one with the broken fence, the overgrown farm, the compound that looked like it had been waiting for someone to come back to it for a long time. People passed her every day. Some greeted her, most did not. But Chief Obiora knew something about this woman that nobody in the kingdom knew. And before he died, he used that secret to find out which of his 3 sons was fit to rule after him. What he discovered changed everything. Sit with me.
One meter road's nothing. 2 meter road is nothing. 3 meter road is nothing. Short corner road is nothing. Imanan walk by the Melchaburu. Onyadi nakao. Ask of me now. Ask of me now. Chukuna gozi.
There was a king we know as Chief Obiora. Was 71 years old, and he could feel his body slowing down, the way a river slows before it meets the sea. He had 3 sons. Chuku, the eldest, strong and impressive. Nonso, the second, sharp and clever. Emeka, the third, quiet and unhurried. All 3 were good men. All 3 loved their father. All 3 wanted to lead Uforo Kingdom. But wanting to lead and being fit to lead are 2 completely different things. Chief Obiora had watched kings fail, not because they were weak, but because they only knew how to treat people who could do something for them. So he called his most trusted messenger and gave him a private instruction. He said, "Go to each of my sons separately. Tell them there is an old woman at the edge of the village who needs help. Do not tell them I sent you. Do not tell them the others were asked. Just tell them she needs help and watch what they do." Then the chief lay back on his mat and waited. The messenger went to Chuku first. Chuku heard that an old woman needed help. He reached into his wrapper immediately, pulled out a generous sum of cowries and handed them to the messenger. He said, "Give her this. Buy her what she needs. If she needs more, send word to me." He went back to his meeting. The messenger went to Nonso next. Nonso listened carefully. He asked 2 or 3 sharp questions. What kind of help? What does she have? What does she lack? Then he said, "I know a trader who owes me a favor. I will send word to him to give her a month of food at no cost. I will also speak to the compound head in her area to have someone check on her. I have put the right people in place." He went back to his work. The messenger went to Emeka last. Emeka heard that an old woman needed help. He said simply, "Where does she live?" He went himself. He found her sitting outside her compound, sweeping the same small patch of ground, the way people sweep when they need something to do with their hands. He greeted her properly, the full Igbo greeting, unhurried, the way you greet an elder when you have nowhere else to be. She offered him water. He accepted it and sat down. He did not tell her he had come to help. He just sat. She talked. She talked about her farm that had become too much for her alone. About the fence her husband built before he died 20 years ago. About how the yams she used to grow could feed her for 3 seasons. Emeka listened for 2 hours. Then he stood up, went to the back of her compound, picked up her old farming tool, and began clearing her overgrown farm. He walked until the sun went down. He came back the next morning, and the morning after that, he fixed her fence. He replanted her yam rows. He did not tell his brothers. He did not tell his father. He told nobody. 3 weeks after the test began, Chief Obiora called his 3 sons together. He said, "I sent a messenger to each of you. He told you an old woman needed help. Tell me what you did."
Chukwu spoke first. He had sent money immediately. The chief nodded. Nonso spoke next. He had arranged food and community support. The chief nodded. Emeka was quiet for a moment. Then he said, "I went to her. I listened to her. I walked her farm for 3 days and fixed what was broken. I do not know if I did enough." The room was still. Chief Obiora looked at his 3 sons for a long time. Then he said, "That woman's name is Ngozi. She is my sister. We were separated 40 years ago by a family argument that should never have happened. I have been carrying that shame for 40 years. No one in this kingdom knows she is my blood. Not even she knows that I know where she lives. I sent you to her not because she needed help. I sent you to her to see which of my sons would sit with an old woman who had nothing to offer him, no title, no connection, no reward, and treat her like she mattered anyway. Chukwu, you sent money. Money is good. Money is necessary. But money does not sit down. Money does not listen. Money says, "Here is your problem solved. Now leave me in peace."
Nonso, you sent people. That is wisdom. That shows you think ahead. But you also never went yourself. A leader who solves problems only through other people will one day be surrounded by people and still be absent. Emeka, you went. You sat. You listened to a stranger for 2 hours without knowing she was your family. You fixed her fence without knowing your father was watching. That is the only kind of man I trust with this kingdom. The one who treats people well when nobody important is looking. The Uforo kingdom belongs to Emeka. Chief Obiora died 2 weeks after he named his successor. But before he died, he did one more thing. He sent Emeka to Ngozi, his aunt, a woman he had never met, with a message from the chief. "Come home. The argument is finished. You are always family." The elders of Uforo say that on the day Ngozi walked back into the kingdom compound, Chief Emeka was the one who opened the gate himself. Not a servant, not a messenger. Him.
The elders say this about Chief Obiora's test. He did not want to know which son was the most powerful. He wanted to know which son still saw the person standing in front of him, even when that person had nothing to give back. I want to ask you something before you go today. When last did you sit with someone who had nothing to offer you? No connection, no status, no reward, and give them your full presence? Not money, not advice, not a referral, just yourself. Because the elders of Uforo are telling you today, the most powerful thing any person can give another is the feeling that they matter to someone who did not have to care. I am Amarachi. This is NaijaSuperstory, where the old stories remind us who we are. Share this with your family today. And if there is a Ngozi in your life, someone you have been separated from by an old argument, maybe today is the day to open that gate. Subscribe. I will see you in the next one.
Open If there is a gate between you and someone, open it. If there is an old wound